So today I talk about the Amicus Brief filed on behalf of Ripple and what does this mean for Coinbase. I'm going to give my view on Elrond and talk about what is Elrond. And the beautiful pairing Ethereum and Bitcoin. Ethereum reaches 1600 again as Bitcoin rejects going down to 20,000 and goes back up to 20,600. Let's go. If I offered the information that would earn you £20,000, would you do it? Yes, you would. But if I asked you for £36 in return, you would probably close this video and walk away. And you should. But that's what these guys are doing on Patreon. They're paying me just £3 a month to support this channel, and I am giving them the information to earn £20,000. If that sounds good to you, subscribe and keep watching this video. It doesn't matter how many times I play that advert. When I wasn't advertising it, I was getting people signing up. Really strange. So literally, guys, it's not a scam or anything. I run Patreon to help people. Let me just go on to Patreon. So I'm on Patreon. If I just go to B10X, so creating educational crypto videos. As soon as you sign up, you get 90 posts. So you can see everything that I've ever posted. You can see my trailer video from YouTube. Bye-bye. And yeah, so you can go on and basically read everything going back to December 2020 and all of the airdrops that I offer. So there's the HOP airdrop that is potentially coming up. Now, I pay about $200 to $300 a year just for airdrop advice. So I actually get to know about airdrops that are coming up, and then I give that information away practically for free. So for each person that signs up, it's $3 a month, and you get to see what I'm talking about. So early bird, look into the scripts that I talk about with my hot picks. Now, there is a big opportunity inside this post where you could potentially risk a small amount of money for something like $100 and make a big return next year. So if you want to know more about how I do this, if you want to come and talk to me, it's $3 a month. And that $3 goes back into YouTube and helps with advertisement. So back to the video. Now, you'll have to excuse me, guys, I am sporting yet another cold this year, but let's crack on. So, 4 Amicus Brief requests have been filed on behalf of Ripple today. Now, if you're unsure what an Amicus Brief is, it's classed as a friend of the court. That is, a third party external to the case wants to give their view or their opinion about the case, or maybe give evidence that is missing from the case and put that towards the judge. So they're supposed to be non-biased on both parties, in this case SEC versus Ripple, and they'll give what they'll see as an unbiased view of something that could be missing from the case. That's something that XRP and SEC have potentially missed from their own defence or their own attack on the other party. Now, one of these people, or one of these briefs, was actually Coinbase. So if we head over to this article, Ripple versus SEC, Coinbase requests to file an Amicus Brief. So this is pretty big. I mean, we already established that Ripple are going to win the case anyway. It looks very likely. And now, I think the record for an Amicus Brief filing is about 78. So 78 filings of an Amicus Brief towards a domestic case. Now, it's highly unusual to see one in such a high profile. But with Coinbase filing the Amicus Brief, is Coinbase going to list XRP again? If they do, we're just going to see an explosion of the price. So looking at this from a trader point of view, XRP was struggling around the $73 about the start of this case. there was a big kind of push for XRP to get over 73 cents, I think in January 2 years ago. So let's go back. So yes, this was hit right here. So there was a big push to get XRP above 73 cents, and it rejected and came all the way back down. Before, obviously, we saw some evidence that they could actually win the case. So $1.80 is the top, roughly. If we go back to the weekly chart, double click. Yeah, so we did spike up to $1.94 before coming back down. And at 46 cents, when we were at 32 to 36 cents, I was suggesting that was the bottom of the market. And you can see that we have come up. Now, if Coinbase starts listing and everyone else jumps on board, all we're going to see is this incline price. I genuinely believe we're going to go up from here. If we do reject and we come back down, then I don't think we'll see anything below 32 cents, if I'm being honest. But all this news, if we were to go back to $2, it's essentially over a 4x. So if we said $1.94 was the top, you divide that by the 0.4626, which is the price today, and that's a 4.2x to the top. Now, generally, when we get from the point of a bear market to the bull run, the next bull run does spike above the previous price. So we're looking at a minimum of a 4x in XRP. And there was also an excerpt in my previous video about Elon Musk making XRP the payment for Twitter. So if you want to listen to that, it's only brief, but it is in my previous video. It's only 3 minutes long. Go over and take a look at that. So back briefly to the fight that is happening between XRP. XRP is actually trending today as well. So the fight between XRP and SEC. There are a couple of articles that I will put in the description of this video for you to go over and have a read, just to basically understand what an Amicus Brief actually is. I'll put the link in the description about the Coinbase to file the Amicus Brief, and then I briefly want to just talk about Elrond. So what is Elrond? So being able to handle a massive amount of transactions in crypto is a huge problem for any token. Bitcoin and Ethereum prove this, and the gas fees are still relatively high. Ethereum is a programmable blockchain that allows you to create smart contracts. Developers have been trying to find a combination of the gold standard, which is Bitcoin, and the scalability of Ethereum. Herein we have Elrond, or eGold. eGold is the ticker. So Elrond is a public blockchain that offers all good things about blockchain itself. Adaptive state sharding, which means the ability to break up blockchain into smaller pieces, hence shards, and it speeds up the transaction time. And a secure proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. It facilitates high-speed transactions by using linear scaling without losing any speed. This equates to around 10,000 transactions per second. Now, to put that into perspective, PayPal operates comfortably 193 transactions per second. And obviously, PayPal is one of the largest payment merchants out there today. And for those who don't know, Elon Musk and his brother created PayPal. So eGold, which is Elrond's native token, was limited to 20 million tokens at the start of the project. However, its aim is to never go over 31,415,926 tokens. Its aim is to be a store of value like Bitcoin, but the more transactions that are made, the more of the total supply that is burned as a fee. So this should keep the total supply under the 31 million. A small percentage of that goes back to the validators, and the other small percentage goes back to the community. There are some main competitors to Ethereum, two of them being Cardano and Polkadot, but Elrond gets overlooked. While taking some of its framework from Solana, which is the sharding aspect, Solana is also a big competitor to Ethereum, but there is something about Elrond that makes that so special. So today I'm actually putting Elrond into my portfolio, ready for the next bull run. Call it a hot pick if you will, but Elrond is seamlessly always performing well. Now I could go on and talk about the Maya app, staking and partnerships, but that's going to make the video a bit too long. But today I just want to bring light to Elrond and something that I will be discussing later on throughout the channel. Now if we head over to Ethereum, I was delighted yet surprised to see Ethereum shoot back up to 1600, but again, as soon as we've hit 1600 there's an immediate rejection, and the previous rejection was at 1633, so every time we hit that we dropped, and as soon as we spiked that price we fell again yesterday. So there's definitely resistance hitting this area here, and as we've moved into November, I was honestly thinking the price was going to come back up to that price again before dropping, and it hasn't. So now we start to see a decline in the price ever so slightly. Now it's not to say that we won't go back up, but there is definitely resistance in that area. Similar story with Bitcoin. So although the price was printing, hang on, lost a bit of the screen there. So although the price was printing an ever so slightly higher high, moving from 20,837 up to nearly 21,000, 21,000 being the rejection, we've now seen the curvature, we've come back over. So the price again here is declining. Now I always try and go through as many of the full body candles as possible when you're drawing a trend line, something that I teach to my students as well. And you know, the price is being rejected at each of these points, so we could still be heading down towards 20,000. If we do break this trend, obviously we do go back up and we go past 21,000. So I do like to keep up to date with these. Now I haven't made a trade since yesterday, and with the news of XRP, if we head down to the 1 hour chart, we have broken this trend which I spotted yesterday and made about a 5% return. So it went up to about 5% yesterday. I believe that was actually from the bottom. So from the base of that candle to the top, just short of 5%. So that was basically the day's activity yesterday. But again, we have met the rejection, which is normal because we've had the rejections on Bitcoin and we've had the rejections on Ethereum. So it is bound to keep the price down slightly. But with all this news with with the Amicus Briefs, and basically we've gone from 1 to 4 briefs, it's likely that more people will start coming forward and the numbers for the Amicus Brief will go up, and the more that happens we have an even better chance of pumping this price just because of the court case. So guys, I hope you like this style of video. I want to introduce more tokens to the video. My channel very first started off on hot picks, and I was doing hot picks, you know, maybe 2-3 times a week, and the channel did become very popular. So it is something I want to go back into, and the only reason I stopped doing that was because of spammers. People were spamming me my emails asking me to do a range of tokens that were rug pulled, and I didn't want to go down that route. But now I'm only picking out the tokens that I like and putting them in front of the new audience which is coming through to the channel right now. So I hope you like the sound of that. Guys, thanks for watching, keep watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.